Greetings, and once again, welcome back to the Insanity. Last time we left off, in the last episode, we finished the quenching area, which you can see about here. Well, you can't actually see parts of it, but anyway, it's there, I promise. We also added some heavy oil to lubricant processing down here. We fixed a lot of small things that I won't even mention. We started some Ulrich's processing or breeding, which is the thing currently beeping because I need to empty that thing. Just to put in some more Ulrichs into it. And then we started preparing or planning more or less a new aluminium city block, which is where we are at the moment. And this is a long and horrible process, which have made me realize that I will be using a simplified version of it. I will not be using this setup at the moment because it's just too much to deal with right now. But there's, as always, a number of things we should fix. First thing to fix is to stop this bloody beeping. So I'm kind of planning on having this block here for aluminium, tin and lead. That is still the plan. But I will be using a slightly simplified process for it to get the molten products, and then I will add a casting area over here. That is the plan, at least. Let's see how much we have time for. Did I miss it? Oh, here it is. I hope the sound is okay, and volumes and stuff. Feels like maybe this game volume is a bit too high. I don't know. So, how about we move them over here? And of course, let's see. We have caged Ulrichs and we need just ordinary Ulrichs. So please, take these out. No, that's the wrong thing. The other way around, please. Thank you. So this should help us get some even more Ulrichs a bit faster. I think I will remove this one. And yeah, you can... Actually, we would very much like to have a filter inserter for empty barrels. Just so that we put them back into the rotation, because right now they are not doing anything useful in this chest. Thank you. Oh, here I have some more cages as well. Alright, that's one problem dealt with. Now, a fun thing that I just have to show you is that I created a new mod. You know how in Factorio, like you have this ghost item thing, and when you craft an item, you have to like use Q again? Well, not anymore. So I created a mod that just puts the item in your inventory when it becomes available. So that's very useful. I have annoyed myself, or I have been annoyed at that for a while. Let's just say that. Now, we have a couple of train stations to fix. Ugh. Oh well. Sure, let me fix that. Because here you have, whoops, even less in working inserters. There used to be only 5 inserters working here, now there is 6. Just to speed things up a bit. And then I would like to go to this train station. Because this is an old train station from the time when we were not good enough with LTN. So that's why we have this limit trains to 1 set here. But what we instead want is to have a request threshold of 15k, and then we can increase this to 30k. Perfect. Now that that's taken care of, next problem. Which is in this bloody mess, which, yes, I promise I will refactor at some point. Not sure if we have time for that in this episode, at least not yet. Might deal with it later in this episode, or parts of it. Although, to be fair, when I deal with such refactorings, it's more that I'm breaking things than fixing them sometimes. But hey, you can't fix anything without breaking a little. Because it just so happens that this is not really producing any raw fibers. Because I have a bone to pick, literally. Alright, next stop. Quenching area. Because it was helpfully pointed out to me that I'm currently have a request for a lot of niobium here, which is quite useless because the ratio between niobium and borax is slightly bigger than a 1-to-1 ratio. So for that reason, it would be very helpful to not request that much niobium, because if we are requesting 4000 niobium here, that means that we'll have like more than 10,000 borax, which is not helpful at all. So please make this request to 1200 instead. Alright, good. Things are progressing. Now, speaking of borax, which we are producing up there, we could request that down here to make it a bit useful, hopefully. Where is this logistic network stopping? Okay, over there. Okay, let's see here. Raw borax, please. 2000 or something. Borax. No, raw borax. That's better. Then we just need to find a way for this borax to go down here. like that. Oh dear me, I'm missing drilling fluid. Okay, that's the borax. This is going way quicker actually than I expected it. Now, let's see, we do have a problem in this area somewhere. Because we have Petri dish. We have a Petri dish machine that I think we've tried to fix like 2 times now already or something. But it turns out that it's still not working. You know why? Because this machine up here doesn't have any steam. Because when someone was refactoring things, they didn't connect this steam pipe properly. Or rather, they didn't connect it at all. And as such, I can do this way better. That's slightly less of a mess. So this should work slightly better, I hope. Then there is the question if we can sort of scale this Petri dish in some way. Here, have some empty Petri dishes while you're here. Because these Petri dishes are consumed for Sogna bacteria and stuff. And it's not like they are very fast. So I would very much like to change things around a bit. In other words, break things. Yeah, something like that. That should maybe work. At least for that part, and then for this part. And then we just need something to... Oh, actually we could do something like that. Or even like this. Just to reduce the burden of one machine, more or less. Now we still have the problem that these are quite slow. So let's fix that, basically. Okay, I don't know what you're thinking, but I'm thinking that this sound is a bit too much. Maybe it's because my headset is higher than... I don't know. So many sound controls everywhere. Confusing. Okay, let's see. This should naturally, of course, take things out of this thing and put them somewhere. Preferably on a belt. Good. It's looking shit, honestly, but it's gonna work. I think, I believe. Great, where's my train? Famous question. Now, we did fix some lubricant in the last episode. But we do have a little problem still, because we are still missing lubricant. What do you know? So the way I'm going to fix this problem is by adding another pump jack for heavy oil. Then I'm going to fix another problem, namely that I want to move faster. Oh, well, that's perfectly situated. Or not. Good. Yeah, then we still have the problem with the drilling fluid, of course, but hopefully we will eventually maybe kind of probably maybe fix that somehow. I don't know. Actually, we are going to do something right now that might help with that. Because this drilling fluid area requires guar, which is rather slow at the moment. Slow to craft, slow to farm, slow to... It's just slow, to be honest. So the way we're going to deal with that problem is by changing the recipe, naturally, because there's always so many different recipes to choose from. So we do have a fair amount of fertilizer right now. So this recipe looks very interesting. And additionally, this recipe, because I've heard it being said that I need to use up my ash, so I guess it's time to use up the ash then. Would make sense, wouldn't it? And the way we are going to do this is by... you know what, I'm going to need more rails for this. I would kind of like some landfill, just a little bit of landfill, but we will just see about that. Oh, damn it. Oh, damn it. Sure, I'll get off here. Quickly go grab some rails. And then I will go... Where is it? Here. Just to add this little... Yeah, this little rail area, more or less. Because when using rails, it kind of helps if you actually have somewhere to drive on. So this guar production that I talked about, that will be here. Rail signals. And logistic train stops, please. I think we will need maybe 3 of them, probably. Because we have item requester, we have a fluid request, and we have something else. Item provider, probably. Guar. Item provider. Carbon dioxide requester. And item requester. Okay, good. Now let's put this one up. Then the question is, which machine do you need? You need a guar bean plantation. Oh, I can make one, only one. Okay, fine. Oh dear me, that requires lots of things. And I do need more pipes. And I do need more iron. Oh well. No, that should be one step closer. Okay, which one was the requester? This is the requester. Then that means that this is the provider. And as always, let's make it a multi-provider, or not. Okay, fine, I'll go get some more iron. Vroom vroom! And the reason why I'm moving this guar bean plantations is, as you can probably guess, that we have quite a bit of too much things going on in the other place already. Iron plates, yes please. More iron plates, thank you. Okay, now go back. Nope, hold on, we're missing something else. We seem to be missing some simple circuit boards. That's better. That's way better. Damn, this is becoming quite big. And I haven't even started on the complex things yet. Like the complex circuit board and all that stuff, and the stainless steel, and my god. We have so much work left to be done. It's a requester, and this is another requester. Now we just need to have somewhere to connect this to. I think I know a place. Okay, good. And sadly, I still don't have a blueprint for these fluid stations. Should really fix that at some point. Okay, so maximum train length of 2. Request threshold 15,000. Provide threshold nothing. And carbon dioxide. $30K. And yes, I promise I will move out of the way. Then we need to have something here as well. Namely, a maximum train length of 2. And provide threshold. I like having it at 10 million. Don't want to have it at more than that. Lamp. 1,000 lamps, that's a lot of lamps. That's a shit ton of lamps. 200 lamps. Maybe 400 lamps, I don't know. 500? Yeah, let's settle for 500 lamps. And then let's see, what else did we need? Ash and soil. And fertilizer. So fertilizer, set that also to 500 maybe. And ash, that can be, yeah. I think we need quite a bit of ash for this process, so 4,000 ash, lots of ash. Okay, guar bean plantation, here we go. Let's see. This should probably be one of those multi-recipe things. Perhaps. And water. Do we have any water nearby? Well, we could take from the east side here, but I don't really like that. And I don't think we need... No, we don't need that much water, so let's make it a pump jack. Can I make another guar bean plantation? Yes. These guar bean seeds, they are made in a solid separator. Do I want to produce them here or somewhere else? I think I want to produce them here actually. Especially since I have enough materials to make a solid separator. While we are waiting for me to handcraft things, I was thinking that we could look into expanding this little RoboPort area. Oops. That's obviously not what I intended. RoboPorts. So that I can more easily have like a plan for where they need to be. now we can also actually give these robots something to do. Oh, that's one of those rail stations. Sure thing, I can deal with those as well. Room. I do like expanding this Roboport area, as you can probably guess. Should come to no one's surprise, because robots does help in making things way easier. Okay, and now we can see that these guar bean plantations are slightly in the way for the Roboport, so let's move them. One there and one there. Okay, so you have this fertilizer recipe, then you can have the recipe using ash. And honestly, I don't quite know which one should be given the priority. So I guess maybe that I will just use them both equally or something. Pump jack, do we have a pump jack? We have a pump jack. And yeah, let's connect it over here, maybe. Nope, don't build on the road. That's number one. There we go. That's one new ingredient at least. Two! Okay, lamp, soil and fertilizer. How is that going? Well, something is on its way. Yeah, we have some ash incoming, I think. But the lamps, don't we have any lamps up here? We do have lamps, but we don't have enough trains to transport things. Okay. I guess that might explain a thing or two. And considering the amount of lamps we have there, let's actually change it to 1000, and why not have this as well as 1000? Okay. Filter inserters then. Oh, and we also need a couple of soil extractors, and I don't have the iron for that. Surprise, surprise. Let's head over to the actual iron provider then. Oh, why did I remove that? I'm stupid. Hey, what are you waiting for? Ah, badly signaled rails. Thank you. Oh dear, where did I get that many lamps from? Oh well. Soil extractor. Just one, come on. Oh well. I need some more simple circuit boards, it seems. Okay. Here, have some lamps. And some power, and why not some filters? This can be, let's see, lamp, fertilize, ash, of course. Fertilizer. Who built that thing there? Oh well. Fine, I'll move. Okay, lamps. I don't have a lot of inserters now, do I? Guar. And soil, of course. You might be wondering, why am I doing this? And I would say that there are two reasons. One of them is, of course, to help with some drilling fluid production. And one reason is that to use ash. And one reason is, well, because why not, more or less. And it seems like I need a bunch of belts as well. And yes, I know that was 3 reasons, but whatever. Soil extractor, where is my soil extractor? You know what, let's actually put it over here. Somewhere. And this is gonna require a bit of water as well. At least we are getting 12 soil at a time, so that's something. And in case you are wondering, I have actually been thinking about creating a dedicated soil area. Soil and sand area. Just like something to deal with stone and gravel and things. And a bit of local mining there as well, of course. Okay, now we're just waiting for the fertilizer. But I think this one should wait. Okay, ash and soil and lamps. So We need to get the ash up here. And I'm not sure how that's going to work. Or actually, I do. It will work like this. So, fertilizer. We need you down here somewhere. Oh, and of course this is where we also need to have some underground pipes. Took a while for me to decide if it was belts or pipes, but it's pipes. Underground pipes, because we would like to have more long-handed inserters to take things out. And then we also need some power, amazingly. Okay, so it's just the fertilizer. Fertilizer should come here when it's ready, and then things will be moving out here. And up here. And I need even more belts. Come on. And then finally arriving at the last destination. Ooh, see? My mod is doing something. Woohoo! Okay, and of course here we would like to have a green wire that says that if we have guar less than like a lot, maybe 5,000 or something. Great! So I think that's set up now. Just needs a bunch of lamps and more ash. Oh my god, okay, sure. And there comes the fertilizer. How nice is that? Okay. Now then, let's actually head back to the Ulrichs and check on them for a bit. And then we can start moving some aluminium, lead and tin. And then we might even actually clean up some of the old area. Oh, and I would like to do that as well. Damn it. So many things I would like to do. Hello, dear Ulrichs. Do you have something for me? Oh my Jesus Christ. Okay, how about Ulrichs? You can kind of stop now, maybe. I don't know. It feels like we have a bunch. I mean, come on, this is just ridiculous. You are just eating all the cages, aren't you? Yeah, you probably are. So Ulrichs, how about you just stop doing that, and then you can just reuse these for a while. Oh, but then we do need to have a filter inserter here for cage. Oh. Okay, how about we do it like this then? Ulrich. Come on. then you may take things out over here and put them in here. Yeah, that's more like it. So now these cages will just be reused all the time. And speaking of which, I think we could afford filling up with some more barrels again. Because there's plenty of empty space on the barrels belt. And this can stop this output priority, please. So now we will just be reusing these cages until they run out, essentially. I'm impressed actually at how much Ulrichs I have here now. That's good. That means it's probably time for a dedicated Ulrich area soon, sometime shortly in the near future, hopefully. But first, before that, I would like to have some Ulrich food, which is what we will set up next. And it should be fairly easy, I think. Famous last words, of course. Because in this place we already have quite a bit of stuff. And now I do kind of realize that this setup that we have here is a bit of a bloody mess. Because essentially there's just too many outputs on this one. So, okay, I need an advanced, or rather automated factory. Automated factory, which of course I can't have because I don't have enough things for it. Go to my parking, please. I don't care that there are trains before me. Go to my parking. Thank you. We do have a fair share of simple circuit boards here now. That's good. I have been missing them. Although it seems like we need more tin plates at the moment. Which is another dirty business, more or less. The reason why we need tin plates is obviously that the tin ore is lacking. Because this old tin production only uses old recipe and it's only gets the tin ore from bad places and stuff, essentially. So, automated factory. Let's make 2 of them. I'm not convinced that this is a good area for this, but it's... Oh, look at that. We can deconstruct things. That's not every day that happens. Probably because we are no longer using the moss from here. So the way I would like to do this now is that I would like to use some kind of warehouse for forwarding, similar to what we have in the mall, actually. So I would like to have a constant combinator. I would like to have some signals in this combinator. Thank you very much. Another mod of mine. And then I would like to have... By the way, I realized that I never said what this new mod was called. It's called Ghost Cursor. Update Ghost Cursor, I think. Or Update Cursor Ghost. Something like that. And this other mod that I'm making use of right now in order to... Whoops, that's not the right recipe. Ulrich food, please. In order to just copy paste to make it just paste the requirements for a recipe. That's called copy... What is it called? Copy paste signal recipes ingredients? No. What is it called? I don't know. Either way, I'm sure you'll find it. Or just ask me and I'll provide a link. Ugh, don't I have kind of this warehouse forwarding set up? I don't, do I? Ugh. So, okay. What we will need here is to have a couple of inserters, naturally. They should just be going forward more or less. So what we need is a decider combinator, or actually 3 of them. One for things we have, one for things we want, and one for if it's equal to 0. So for everything that is equal to 0, no, equals to 2. And now I realize that this is probably going to take a while. But it's nice to have this set up once it is set up, that is, of course. So a red wire here goes here, and then this one is simply forwarding all its requests. And in order to forward anything, it needs power. Surprisingly. Oh, come on. So, give me a red wire. And then this is for everything that we are missing. Output everything with 1. And then a green wire between these. And this is for everything that we have. Output with 1. And then for the last part, we just connect this to the inserters. And we set the filters here. Good, and then we make a blueprint of this. Actually, in order to make it perfectly rotatable, and I'm not sure if I want those in the blueprint. Those don't need to be in the blueprint. Warehouse forwarding by signals. Good. And then we could just set this up here. Oh boy, of course. Dear me. Yeah, have some rails. I'm sure you will find some use for them sooner or later. Okay, so where is this blueprint again? Warehouse forwarding by signals. There it is. Might actually want to turn that one around just to not have to rotate it afterwards. Okay, there we go. So now please just put all of this that you have here into some kind of thing. Just to empty the belts. Oh. Okay, coal dust. Oh dear me. Yeah, what is it? What's happening? Ah. Seven, 8, 9. Thank you. Thank you, automatic resetter of things. It seems like we do have a problem with this tailings. It's not the first time that this alarm is beeping. And it's probably not the last. And I'm getting very curious about what on earth is causing this problem. And of course you don't need more tailings. Does anything else needs tailings? Actually, it's even possible, I believe, to... No? Add station. Tailings. There are a couple of tailing stations. Requesters, we have 4 requesters at the moment, at least with names on them. And I'm not sure which one is the problem, but I will for sure look into that and hopefully fix that problem at some point. For now, I just want to make sure that we empty this train. Thank you. You may go back to the depot. So nice to be able to do that without leaving my location. So now what we will do here is that we will create a little journey for these things to go. And then this needs a signal, of course. Of course. It needs a signal. And this one should be connected to that one as well. This is a bit far, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, how about now? Let's see. Ah, this shouldn't actually be a green wire, although it normally should, but in this case, because it's a train station, it should be a red wire. Please don't ask. And is there any way we can just fix this logistics a bit? Yeah, let's do it like this. That's more like it. So now these should have stopped outputting plastics because they no longer need any plastics. And soon it will not be need any starch and so on and so forth. Okay, so I have decided I don't want these sheds, with the perfect reasoning that if we have them, they will just take up space on, yeah, it will just be annoying with circuits and signals and yada 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 yada. So instead we are going to use this forwarding using pure belts, because they can cache much fewer items. All right, I think this should be working, but of course we have to deal with the issue that is Steam. And there's no way to forward Steam in that same regard, so, well, unless you want to deal with barrels and shit, and that's not gonna happen. At least not here. That's one, and then it seems like we need to have some tree seeds, which I guess will be possible just by requesting some actual trees. Okay, ash, tree seeds, square, yada yada yada. Let's see. So this is where the fun begins, because now we need to have a bunch of filter inserters, and before I forget it, I should set these up here as well. So this one for plastic, and this one for starch. Good. Now then, we need Favagaia and moss. Favagaia, moss. Perfect. And what does this need on this side? It needs seaweed. Very well. Should be easy enough to fix. You output seaweed. Go. Thank you very much for your contribution. Good. Now, please. Also, another thing that we need to add is that this requester that we have here should no longer request these things unless we have an order to do so. And this order will come in from up here, essentially. What? Nothing needs anything? I don't believe that. Ah, of course. How is it that I've done that again? Should I connect this? Yes, I think I should connect this red wire to this, because then it outputs all these requests as well. Yes. So then I will just check for everything that is less than 0, output 1, and then multiply it by a bunch. So everything times 1000. Let's use the classic 1000. And then just connect it with some wires. And actually it should be minus 1000. Because we want to make it a request. It's nothing that we provide. And using this, we should be able to get all the things that we need here. Eventually, how much bloody... Yeah, exactly. You don't need more Favagaya. Stop. Why do you... I think there might be a bug here, because this is not outputting Favagaya. But this is. So I don't think I can connect these. Instead, what I should do is to just forward it like this, maybe. Input count, please. And just like pass it on like that. Yes, exactly. So now I'm requesting Alesia score, 3 seeds, a bunch of things. But these 3 seeds are a bit special because if we are requesting them, good, or actually we can just provide that somewhere else. I think 3 seeds, 5 becomes 4. Yeah, then it's better, I think, to just provide them somewhere else, and it just so happens that I know a place that can do that. So yeah, I do know that I haven't quite fixed this Ulrich food just yet, but it's almost done. And time is running away, and I'm managing to escape a train again. Not sure how that happens. Okay, let's see. I need 3 seeds. I need 3 seeds. Oh, actually, wood. This is wood. This is only wood. This is always only wood. I like always only wood. 3 seeds. Naturally, we will use a little circuit here to check if we are requesting tree seeds, which at the moment we are. Thank you, mod. Oh my god, I love this feature. How have I managed to live so long without that? Honestly, it should be a part of vanilla. Let's see. Okay, I guess this should be it. This is gonna take some time, but it's gonna work eventually. Where's my train? Okay, now then. I would actually like to have a little bit of landfill. That's a very bad parking space. Incredibly bad parking space, because if I would like the train to go anywhere from that location, it will not, because it can't go anywhere. Hello, I guess you have a lot of landfill. And you do, but I just need 1000 for now. Well, honestly, I probably need even less than that, but that's what I'm going to take, because, yeah. It's one stack, essentially. Now, then, ugh. This is gonna be fun, or something. But what I will be doing here is to destroy a couple of things. Because this is sort of the first step in cleaning up this area. And while I'm here, I will also be trying to fix some pipes and stuff. Ah. Okay, saline water, that's next. Water, that we don't need here. Steam, perfect, don't need it. Tar, don't need it. And here we have the problem with the tin ore, naturally. And look at this, our early iron mine is finished. Which should for sure help us clean this area up and make this train station a lot better. And we are providing copper elsewhere, which means that we can destroy this belt. And yes, I'm going to use some robots to clean this place up, because I just can't bother with it. Oh dear me, so much molybdenum ore, and I still don't even know what to do with it. More or less. And okay, this has items in it. Oh, dear me. Okay. Yeah. Anyone want some aluminium ore? I got plenty. I knew this was gonna happen. Right. Seems like fishes has been growing. So we have plenty of guts and plenty of skin. Actually, you can stop now with this meat. Let's save the meat as well. Guts, what's that doing there? Okay, here we have some tin ore for anything that might want it. Like for example these. So all these machines will be moving. We'll probably deal with most of the moving in the next episode, naturally, because we're running out of time as always. But it feels good to have this process started. Where is this going? Okay, Tar, where do you think you're going? Ugh, solder. Okay, let's stop that production as well. And now I'm trying to do my best to not mine any, oops, robots mainly. Ah! I hope it wasn't inserted somewhere. Okay. This recipe is just horrible. Stop it. Aluminium ore. Do something with this, please. This is a mess! Yeah, like that was any news to any of you. I mean, having this sinkhole over here just in order to move things all the way back doesn't quite make sense, does it? And I am kind of fully expecting that this might lead to some problems with pipes or like lack of saline water somewhere or something somewhere else or something, or yeah, even flue gas might be a problem at this point. But let's see what happens, essentially, as we always do. How long is this pipe? And as we are stopping the aluminium process here, we no longer need this borax and stuff as well. So that's good. Yeah, this phytoplankton is probably going to stop working at some point. Okay, more belts and stuff in the way. And let's see if we can fix this little problem. More delete all the things. More stuff, go away. You are no longer needed. Are you done? You are done. You will come in handy. How much lead do we have? Oh. Sure thing. Because why not, essentially? So 148 there, 80 there. Now let's create another one here. This is the best way that I could come up with, just to move things out of the way for the rails. And this is done. And my inventory is full. Everything is normal. So this means... okay, this will switch soon from coal to coal dust. Cool. This means that I will need to move the duralumin production and the yada yada production and the thing and the stuff and everything. More or less. So needless to say, this refactoring is going to take a little while and be a bit complicated, possibly. But it's surely needed. Because let's be honest, things have been quite a bit of a mess. Where is this? Where is this even going? Oh, it's the... oh, cool, thank you robots. You're quick. Should use you a bit more for the construction, I think. And these tin thingies are done. Yeah, I should use them a bit more for the construction, I think, and then I go ahead and don't use them. Ah. Oops. Something seemed to have been important. Oh, dear me. Of course. This belt, even though it's no longer used, it still has a bunch of items. So, sure thing. How about we take a simple inserter and just put things into, yes, you guessed it, a chest. Just to empty it. And this duralumin requires aluminium and copper. And yeah, we are going to need to move this as well. So please stop doing this. Oh no, I don't have coverage everywhere. Actually, let's fix that. Where is it that I don't have coverage? Perfect, thank you. Ah, still 68,000 to move. Oh dear lord. Okay, tailings pipe. More tailings, even more tailings. I'm not sure where this tar is going. Let's focus on one pipe at a time. Oh, and yeah, this is a thing as well that we would like to remove. Yeah, okay. I think we're going to have to leave it here somewhere and continue with this in the next episode. What a joy. What a great joy it is to clean up. And I actually mean that. It's going to be so nice to have this mess cleaned up and just move all this production. It kind of already looks a bit cleaner here. So this should make room for a four-way crossing here and yeah, then we can fix this part properly to just have no weird things, just pure rails organized perfectly, all that. So thank you for watching and see you again in the next episode where we will be continuing with this cleanup.